Welcome back. Before the break, I had asked you if you could think of a psychological change that occurs at puberty. I'm certain most of you would have noticed this. During puberty, apart from the physiological changes, teenagers also experience mood swings, and this accounts as a psychological change. Now, I'm sure you're clear about most of the mental, physical, and sexual changes that occur during puberty, be it gender-specific changes or changes that are common to both boys and girls. So now let's move on to the system that is responsible for these changes. Let us first discuss males. Well, in males, the major parts of the reproductive system are testes, scrotum, vas deferens, urethra, prostate gland, seminal vesicles, and the penis. Now, testes are oval organs that are contained in a thin-walled sac of skin called the scrotum. The testes produce sperms, and this process is called spermatogenesis. They also produce a hormone called testosterone, which regulates spermatogenesis and also brings about changes during puberty. Now let's take up a question from one of our viewers and see what their query is.
So Mit, why are the testes located in the scrotum?
Good question. As I told you earlier, testes produce sperms. Now, sperm formation needs a lower temperature than the normal internal body temperature. Hence, testes are located in the scrotum, where the temperature is generally 2 degrees lower than the body temperature, which enables spermatogenesis. Okay, let's find out what happens to the sperms after they've been produced in the testes. The sperms produced by the testes are delivered through a tube called the vas deferens, which unites with another tube called urethra coming from the urinary bladder. There are ducts of seminal vesicles and prostate glands that open into vas deferens and add their secretions into it. These secretions, called semen, facilitate the transportation of sperms and also provide nutrition to them. The urethra then extends through the penis, which is the external male genital organ. It is capable of becoming erect to enable insemination. So that was about the male reproductive system. But do you know exactly what a sperm is and what does it look like? Well, have you ever seen a tadpole? That's how a sperm looks like under a powerful microscope. Well, the sperm or the male gamete is a microscopic structure that consists of a head, neck, midpiece, and a long tail. The sperm head carries the genetic material, and the long tail helps them to move towards the female germ cell. Got that? Good. Now let us understand the female reproductive system. Now, like males, females too have a reproductive system which produces female gametes. A female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviducts, a uterus, cervix, and the vagina. It is the ovaries located on each side of the lower abdomen which produce the eggs or ova by a process called oogenesis. You will be surprised if I tell you that at birth itself, the ovaries of a girl child contains thousands of eggs which are immature. It is only when a girl reaches puberty that the eggs are produced one by one every month by one of the ovaries. Now, these eggs are transported to the womb through a thin tube called oviduct or fallopian tubes. This oviduct opens into the uterus, which is an elastic bag-like structure and looks like an inverted pear. The uterus then further opens into the vagina through a narrow cervix. And of course, the vagina is the female genital organ. Now that was about the reproductive systems in males and females. But can you tell me exactly how does fertilization occur in humans? Let me tell you. It is through sexual intercourse. During intercourse, millions of sperms along with semen are ejaculated through the penis into the vagina. These sperm then travel upwards where they may or may not meet the egg in the oviduct. Not all sperms are lucky though. However, when a sperm is successful in meeting the egg in the oviduct, it fertilizes it to form a zygote. This zygote gets implanted in the uterus, wherein it is provided nourishment and safety for further growth and development. And it is this zygote that eventually develops into a baby. Now, the uterus prepares itself every month for fertilization. Its lining thickens and it is richly supplied with blood. However, when there is no fertilization, the thickened lining and blood is discharged out of the body through menstruation. We will study more about menstruation and menstrual cycle in another episode. But here it's time to take a quick break. After the break, we will learn how to max our scores in our exam decoded segment.